To say that DC's line of Absolute comics has been a success would be an understatement, and I think that part of the reason why these books are doing so well is because they've actually got something to say about life. The Absolute universe created by Darkseid is inherently cruel and heartless. It's a reality where the powerful trample the vulnerable, ravage the planet and weaponize misinformation to maintain control. It perfectly captures the zeitgeist of our current era, where things can often feel overwhelming and hopeless. Yet the heroes of these stories endure suffering just to stand up for what is right. While Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman wear their social commentary on their sleeves, Absolute Green Lantern took a little longer to reveal its hand. But now that the pieces are moving, it has evolved into a deeply engaging narrative. At its core, Absolute Green Lantern is a philosophical exploration of how we find meaning in a broken world. Rather than a critique of faith itself, the series acts as an allegory for spiritual and ideological beliefs. It mirrors the complex landscape of theology where different factions hold distinct yet interconnected beliefs, each convinced that their specific path represents the ultimate truth. But rather than arguing about a big man in the sky, Green Lantern's cosmic landscape is divided into distinct ideological factions. The Gold Lanterns, led by John Stewart, view knowledge, understanding, and intellectual discipline as the truest forms of enlightenment. The Black Lanterns, led by Sinestro, occupy the opposite end of the spectrum. They represent chaos and destructive force, seeking to bring the universe under their absolute control. The Red Lanterns are positioned between the extremes, and they embody rigorous restraint, order, and control. The Green Lanterns, also sandwiched between the Gold and the Black, operate on a moral conviction, acting in accordance with what they subjectively deem to be the correct action. Initially, the series presented this as a rigid binary system, symbolized by the gold flame at the top, or inverted with the black flame dominant. However, recent events have completely upended this theology through Hal Jordan. Recently freed from the clutches of the Black Flame, Hal developed a hitherto unseen power, the Pink Flame of Love, introduced as the unexpected positive inverse of the Black Flame. With Sinestro now uniquely wielding both the Black and the Gold Flames, the traditional boundaries of this cosmic religion have collapsed. And that was even before you took into consideration how the Tomars work. They are people who, whether intentionally or not, take the power of their respective flame without any training or philosophizing. People like Tomar Re, who had the Red Lantern power fed to him by his mother, or Jo Mullein, who inadvertently drained the powers of Abin Sur after he came to Earth to recruit the residents of the sleepy town of Evergreen to his cause. They wield these powers without any understanding of the philosophy behind them and are actually far more effective for it. If they don't know the rules that their philosophy usually puts in place, then they're free to break them. Tomar Re had been waging a one-man war against the Black Stars, the soldiers of the Black Flame, and he came to Earth to recruit Jo and take control of their Green Lantern. However, Ray would not take no for an answer, and when he revealed that he intended to weaponize the residents of Evergreen to attack the Black Star's most powerful member, Mogo the Living Planet, Jo and her friends were repulsed. With the Black Stars descending upon them, John Stewart, Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner headed off to defend their vessel, while Ray used his powers to seize control of Jo, to force her to obey him, but she was able to fight back. And much of this issue involves a debate between Ray and Jo about the philosophy of sacrificing 2,000 people versus the trillions of lives they could save by taking Mogo out. And last time I joked that I found the idea of Ray just flinging thousands of people at the surface of Mogo to harm him darkly funny. Surely that couldn't be his plan. But that's exactly what he wants to do. To him, the Green Lantern, the vessel in which they're flying through space, is also a gun, and the people of Evergreen are the bullets. Ray explains that Mogo is a sentient biosphere, a planet that thinks, and to maintain control over its vast body, it has to remain focused at all times or risk death. It's kind of like how some sea creatures can only breathe if they keep moving. He says that the psychic impact of having thousands of people die all at once broadcast into Mogo's mind will break its focus and effectively suffocate it. Without Mogo, the Black Stars will be toothless and the universe will be saved. Now on paper, that sounds like a sensible enough solution. Sacrifice 2,000 people to save the entire universe. But to Jo, it's not so straightforward. She may have resented her hometown, but she knows these people. Hell, it's such a small town, she probably knows each and every single one of them by name, and she can't get behind sacrificing them. Ray tells Jo that she should just let him take control of her. That way she can keep her conscience clear, but Jo will not accept that. She asks Ray if what's happening inside of the lantern is real or just some sort of psychic battle between the two of them, and he tells her that it's the same thing. And I am immediately reminded of Absolute Martian Manhunter here, where the Martian and Despair the Zero say that what happens in your head also happens in the real world. And this isn't the first time I've suspected that there was a connection between these two books. The Martian's origin as an entity that takes on the form of light feels right at home in a Green Lantern story, but that's a subject for another time perhaps. And by the way, if you have been enjoying this video, please do subscribe, because I know that 60% of you are not subscribed, and that it would really help me out if you did. Now, this is the part that I really like about the issue. Ray is not a murderous villain, he is coldly pragmatic. It's just basic maths to him. Sacrificing 2,000 people to save untold trillions should be a no-brainer, but Jo can't bring herself to sacrifice anyone. There has to be another way. And as much as I would like to say that I agree with her, deep down inside I think I probably would side with Ray. It's an awful decision to make, but if it guaranteed that no one else would die, it's hard to argue with his logic, assuming he's correct. But fortunately it's not down to me. And even better, while it seemed like Ray had Jo in his clutches, really she was just biding her time. She may be new to her powers, but one of the first things she learned to do was to phase through objects. She can cut through Ray's shackles with ease, and instead crafts a cage for him, mockingly in the form of a birdcage. Which is all very well and good, but what exactly is Jo's plan for dealing with Mogo? She says that they'll cross that bridge when they come to it, but Ray reminds her that they were hunting Mogo, and good hunters know that the best way to catch their prey is to go to its home and place some appealing bait. And in this case, they are the bait. While Hal, John and Guy have been busy fighting the Black Stars, they've learned some truth about their powers. For John, it seems like the gold power is entirely defensive. The Black Stars cannot touch him, and conversely he cannot harm them either. Meanwhile, Guy realises that total control means complete control over his body, and he forms a cannon out of his abdomen to launch stomach acid at his enemies. This is a neat callback to that period of time when mainline Guy Gardner was without a power ring, and he ended up with powers like this for a while during his Warrior era. But before they can celebrate, Mogo arrives on the scene and tells them that they have been marked for death by the controller of Mu, Sinestro, whose name is actually 3 words combined into one, we're told. Sin, the absence. S, the essence from each sentient being. And Tro, to attain freedom. Therefore, Sinestro means no one escapes. And we're shown Sinestro donning golden Manhunter armor. Which is a huge WTF moment, because I had been under the impression that the Manhunters were entirely separate from the Black Hands, but it certainly seems that Sinestro is double dipping. And I have to wonder, is the Golden Manhunter a bit like the Gold Flames version of the Pope? I have so many questions and, frankly, no real answers yet. To get back to my earlier point about this series being an allegory for different faiths, I'm starting to wonder if part of this story is to point out the hypocrisy of those groups when they claim to know all the answers and violently deal with dissenters when they are in fact wrong. The cover for the next issue shows both Jo and Ray in Sinestro's clutches, and I have to say I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next. Absolute Green Lantern 15 is available now from all good comic shops. So if you want to get your hands on a copy of this issue and help support my channel, why not order it through one of my affiliate links that are listed in the description. And yeah, if you've really enjoyed this, please do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tell all your friends about me, because it really does help my channel grow. Cheap plug for my channel members, the Back Issue Brigade, who recently voted on what they wanted my first members only video to be. They voted for both Paul Dini's Dark Knight and Batman the Long Halloween, so I'll try and get both of those done within the next couple of weeks. To see both of those videos when they drop and have a say in what I talk about after that, join the channel now. I'll be back shortly with a video about Batman number 10, and then next week we'll be talking about Absolute Catwoman number 1 and Barbara Gordon Breakout number 2. Hope to see you then.